Alrighty, hey again everyone, we're back yet again with some more Minecraft. Last time we finished a very large chunk of both bamboo farms. We got the flying machines and the bamboo in place, and now all we need to do is get a shulker box of hoppers. That's going to be the easy part, unfortunately. So yeah, we've got our work cut out for us here a little bit. Not to mention we will eventually have to come up with the auto crafting system too, like what we have here for the iron and bone block farms that we have. That's going to take some time. We're currently on day 446, and we're going to go ahead and drop off this iron, do inventory on that to see how we're cooking. And really, we're just going to try and get as much iron as we can get a hold of. We need like half of a double chest of iron blocks to actually have enough here for what we're looking for. So we would need to fill all of that up with iron blocks, which is gonna take a while. And additionally, we actually need to go cut down our trees to go get some more wood for some of the chests because we don't have enough chests laying around. That's gonna take a while. And I'm trying to think what else we really need here today. I really just want to focus on the hoppers, and we'll install like the detection system and some of the rest of the glowstone as well, but we don't need to do that right this second. Instead, what we're going to go ahead and do is, now that the copper golems have caught up on their quota of their copper chests, we're going to go ahead and jumpstart all of our mob farms again, since we left those off last stream. Which, you know, suspiciously seems to have helped with the lag, but I'm sure that's completely unrelated to anything that may or may not have happened. But, you know, we'll see. It's out and over, right? Not quite the right way we want to go for, but hey, we can just go around. There we go. Make a quick little flight over to our trees here. And before we do anything, let's make sure we get our hoe out. And let's switch out our axe for our fortune axe. There we go. And let's just start cutting these trees down. We need all the wood we can get. We've got about a shulker box worth of logs on us, which will make half a shulker's worth of chest, so we need to be able to double that. We need 2 shulkers of logs to make a shulker of chest. So, not impossible, just gonna, you know, it's gonna take a while, is all. And, you know, once we get all of those chests, we can turn most of them into hoppers, and then we will figure out what we want to do for some of the more bulk storage and how we want to lay out our hoppers, but I don't know. It is a good point, Meru. I am actually schizophrenic. See, Lenny, obviously you're Meru, if you think about it. Everybody's Meru if you try hard enough. But, yeah, I would never be stuck in the main menu. Good try. Speaking of Meru, where the hell is Meru? I thought he died, a poor bastard. But yeah, I gotta get too much wood for all of these chests and hoppers, and then it's just hooking them up to an auto crafter. But I don't want to turn all of the bamboo into logs. I want to turn the majority of it into logs, don't get me wrong, but not all of it. Because I do need like actual just straight up bamboo for scaffolding and things like that. Because we need scaffolding for the shulker farms. So we kind of have to have it. Not much of a choice there. There we go. And yeah, I had mentioned before I'd considered building like a 2-dimensional shulker farm, but you know, because at that point it's far enough away and I'm sure it would be fine, but I kind of still don't really want to because I like the idea of like a 1-dimensional farm better because there's less chances for things to go wrong. And then additionally, they end up being a little bit easier for me to build too without having to deal with portal syncing and whatnot. Because I do have a lot of portals in a pretty small area, so I'm trying to make sure I keep a good hold of that. But once we get this bamboo farm done, we'll have to build ourselves a shulker shell farm. And that will get us all of the shulker boxes that we need, and then we can try and retrofit some of the item bits and pieces that we have with shulker box loaders, because I really need to start getting my storage all put together. But we'll get there when we get there. It's not too big a rush or nothing. And then I actually want to build more like stuff around here, you know? Like I haven't sat down and built like any smaller scale farms in quite a while, so I am kind of missing doing that, unfortunately. So I want to build like a little lava farm with some cauldrons and things like that, and have like a super smelter out there too, because that'll help things out a lot in the future. But it's just a matter of actually making the time for it right now. But you know, I'll get there when I get there. Currently here on day 446. It's currently December 6, 2025 here in Florida. And it is actually about to be noon as well, so that's very cool. Time has certainly passed by. It's crazy to think how different this year has been. I mean, this time last year I was still at my old job dealing with a corporate buyout, and now I'm in a whole new place and a new city, and I'm making more money, and I'm actually able to do stuff. And I got all my shit set up for myself in the near future, which is very cool. So, but I do have all the time, both in the Minecraft world and the real world. Things aren't worth rushing after a certain point, you know? Stops being worth it for yourself, and there's no real benefit to rushing certain things after enough time. Nothing's as ever urgent as most people make it out to be, so it's a little different. There's always some amount of give and leeway you can have in most scenarios that you don't need to rush on every little thing. Except for certain parts of my job, though, but granted, they usually have deadlines well in advance, so you don't have to rush to meet those deadlines, because you get a lot of time to meet the deadline, so... But, you know, it is how it is. Yeah, I can start working remote later this month, so that's going to be fun. I think I'm starting out on Tuesdays is what I feel, and then next month I'll have my other remote day be Friday, and then February, it'll be the last month I can upgrade it or whatever to have 3 days remote, and then that one will probably be Wednesdays. Well, it has to be Wednesdays, so there's no other day I'm allowed to work remote. Can't work remote on Tuesdays, or Thursdays rather, so that is what it is. We basically have a full shulker of wood here. So that gets me some chest, and then we really just need to hop on up in here and go layer this over like so. And we're just gonna go ahead and carve out all the leaves here. Here we go. Got a spider that's trying to fight back up there. He won't win forever. He'll have to die at some point. Oh, my mouse froze. Thought about getting a new mouse and keyboard, even though these ones are already fairly new. It's just the fact that they keep like disconnecting every once in a while doesn't really sit well with me, and like I still do like having a wireless mouse and keyboard because it's nice to be able to bring it over to like a TV. So hold a message for a reason. Interesting. Denied. I got auto flagged for saying I'm like, okay. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about getting a new mouse and keyboard that are wired, because like I only really wanted a wireless one just because, you know, not having to deal with a cable. But if you get a big enough cable, it feels like it's wireless, and like having a wireless keyboard for just normal gaming doesn't really do a whole lot for me. I mean, a wireless mouse might be a little bit nicer because, you know, just being able to not have to like, you know, fuck up with a cable or anything like that can be nice, but honestly, it's not, it's not that important to have a wireless mouse. And if anything, I really only like them being wireless for my TV, so like I am probably just gonna get those switched out. Because then I don't have random disconnection issues, because that will get me killed one of these days. I'm very positive it will, and I would prefer it to not do that. But, we'll see. That costs money, and I'm trying to like save up my money right now to pay off all my debt, because I got like, I think I sat down and did the math, it was like $13,000 in debt or something, so it's a little bit that I have to try and work through. Which I will. I've already calculated it out. As long as I just keep, paying consistently every month or whatever, and I pay like $600 a month towards it, I should be able to pay it off in like about a year or so. So I'll get there when I get there. So many saplings. Oh, well, see, it's a matter of like just stockpiling them, because like I might end up using these to like replant a forest in a different spot down the line. So I always want to make sure that I'm holding on to those as much as possible, because if I don't, they are a bit of a pain to get a hold of later, And it's already like I've already done the work to get the saplings, I may as well hold on to them. There's no harm in doing it. Here we go. But especially the pale oak saplings, because I have to go super far out of my way to like go get these otherwise, so I try to collect all of these as much as possible, which is why I'm mining these out with Fortune 3 specifically. Because it is better odds than just letting it decay, so... Here we go. And then basically once you're left with all the stumps, you can just cut down the stumps pretty easy and not have to worry about running into wood or anything like that. Yeah, these pale oak saplings have been super annoying to get a hold of, and I'm basically just trying to stockpile more of them. And same deal with the spruce saplings to a lesser extent. I mean, they're easier to get a hold of in bulk, but like, I still don't want to have to go out of my way to go get more, because then I have to go to a whole other biome to actually go get them, and it's like, well, I already grow it here, so I may as well just stay here and keep farming them. Just kind of grow it naturally. You only need like a couple of spruce trees for any of your wood needs, realistically. So like the patch that I have in the back there is usually more than enough space for everything. That should have gotten rid of all of the leaves, so then we can go ahead and just take a little bit off the top here with these logs. And once this is done, we'll go back down, do another pass to collect all of our items that have fallen down, and eventually get all these cut down too. We got most of them, I guess. Yeah, pale oak wood ends up being like a really pretty shade of white that I want to try and use more, so it just is unfortunate that it's a bit more of a pain to farm, but hey, what can you do? There we go, and we'll just go ahead and loop down it and collect all this stuff on the floor real quick. And if we let some things despawn, it's not the end of the world or nothing, but like, I don't want to be particularly wasteful with stuff like this, since it does take so long to get a hold of, Oh, looks like I'm out of space. Fair enough. Well, let's go ahead and dump away whatever we can into here to try and get that filled up. Yeah, that's pretty much all filled, and we'll tuck that away. I need to restock on food at some point, but I've already got some laying around in the shulker box, so it'll hardly make much of a difference there. Oh, we carved out the middle section. Got some apples again, too. I think we're full up on wood in here, so yeah, we can start putting everything in this box. That should be fine. And now we can just start cutting these trees down the best we can. We got like 20 trees to cut down, I think, so quite a lot. I also need to go out into the nether and go get some more netherite at some point. I haven't done that in a while, and I'm still using some diamond tools here that really should have been on netherite by now, but again, I just don't want to go out of my way for it at the moment, you know? And I'm sure we'll have to take a day or two here to go grind some netherite and some glowstone, and that's probably what we'll do after we mine out some of this wood, is I guess we'll go dig for some netherite for a little while. Just that way we can have it. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll mine all these trees out, replant the saplings, and then go, like, stockpile the wood. And then we'll go into the nether and go mine for some netherite for a little while. I want to try and get... I think I need, what was it, 6 ingots worth? So I need like 24 ancient debris. I'm trying to get like 2 ingots every time I go out. So like just 8 pieces of ancient debris. So it's not impossible to go out and do, it just means it'll take a little bit. And that way I can upgrade like a set of tools at a time. So like with this next bit I could probably upgrade both of my axes or something. And then the next bit I can upgrade my shovels and then my hoe, so... I also gotta go back for glowstone at some point too, man. Glowstone's a bit more... Actually, no, glowstone's a much smaller pain, but I just have to fly around for it, which I don't like as much compared to just going strip mining for it, basically. Because you can't really strip mine for glowstone, it's just those patches that are out and about in the nether you can only really go get, so... But that's not too big a deal. We'll also cut down that sugarcane too once we're done, because we do need to make sure we keep hoarding all of that. That's what makes our fireworks. We can't do a lot without our fireworks, so... I could also lump in, like... Okay, if I sacrificed a little bit of bamboo space, I could also lump in some sugarcane as well, so that we could have, like, an automatic sugarcane farm too. And I'm still, like, jury's still out on that one, you know, I'm not 100% sure that's what I want to do, and I think it would be good to have, don't get me wrong, but I also don't want to take away a lot of... Oh, hey, what's up? I also don't want to take away too much of the bamboo space, you know? We're gonna go catch this guy while we're out and about here, because I don't feel like... Okay, well, apparently not. Oh, he's gone. Good enough for me. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I might slip in some bamboo, but I also... or some sugarcane into the bamboo farm, but it's also a matter of figuring out how I'm gonna slip that in with the water. Just because I need a block that is not a full block that can also be waterlogged and that I can like kind of comfortably walk over. Well, actually, no, I guess the walking over part doesn't even matter really, because I could just use like bottom slab and just not walk on them, you know? So... But then that also turns into... I need to build like an item filter for the sugarcane to get that out of the way. Which, I mean, I could do, it's not the problem. Or that's not a problem. It just gets a little annoying is all, but I could still do that, I'm sure. Yeah, I think we'll slip some in there. Just that way we have access to it, because if we don't do it, we're gonna regret it later when we have to build like a separate sugarcane farm with another flying machine or piston based or whatever when we've already got the perfect layout to go do it, you know? So we'll go ahead and take some of this with us, like so. There we go. And we'll go pick that up out of the grass, and we're gonna go ahead and get some of our saplings for right now. And just do some simple fun replanting. There we go. And we'll go ahead and replant these dark oaks in place. There we go, we got those done. Alright, we got some extra wood boxes we can bring back with us. And we'll try and bring back some of this extra sugarcane too to go dump this away. And we should also standardize the lighting here at some point too, but I'm not going to worry about that for right now. We'll get to that later. We've gone a little bit too high here. Almost missed it a second time. That would have been a little embarrassing. But that's alright. Okay, I guess we got an Enderman in here. That's something I typically expect, but hey, you know, we'll go do something about that. And we'll go ahead and just leave the wood boxes like here. I think that should be fine. Then we got a couple of empties laying around that we can use for our other stuff later. We can put this gunpowder box away finally. I don't really need to like keep carrying this on me. I just kind of do out of habit. Although this does have like various stuff in it, so we should probably go tuck all of this away. Let's see here. There was a spot with horse armor. Here we go. Oh yeah, we can make netherite horse armor in the next update. That'll be fun. And we'll tuck that away there. Alright, those can sit there. And that'll clean up our inventory a good bit here for what we gotta do. So that should be fine. And let's go ahead and check to see how these guys are doing now that this has been running for a little bit. Oh, they're keeping up very well. Good. We have a bit of a problem here, though. Oh, we have a bit of a problem. We have filled up on arrows officially, so we're going to need to do something about that there. Because otherwise it's going to flow in our overflow, and that'll cause more issues down the line, so we'll get to that at some point. Probably when we make some more boxes, I'll just tuck away a bunch of the arrows. I don't like throwing them out, per se. I think they're still useful to have for dispenser-based shit, and it still is nice, so... There we go, we got that, and... I mean, yeah, I guess we can just go into the nether and go take a little bit to go mine for some ancient debris. Maybe go get some glowstone as well to go tidy up all of that. And then all we really have to do is go layer in a set of slabs and water for the sugarcane farm. So yeah, go ahead and get done with that. Okie doke. This should be just a quick pop down, but first we're gonna go ahead and just tuck away some of our excess tools that we're not really gonna need. Like our elytra, like come on, who needs that? We'll keep the ender pearls though, I guess. Don't need the coordinates book for right now. Sticks can go away. And we'll set some of those torches back a little bit. And we'll put the boat back too. And I guess by extension we don't need our fireworks as well, because we don't need our elytra, so we can tuck those away. I will restock on food here a little bit. Do that at least. And yeah, I mean, we're just gonna go down to the bottom of the world here and continue our strip mining efforts. I'll also really install a better door at some point there, or at least replace the fence gate, so. And some gates here, and some gates here. I haven't done any of that in ages. Should be coming up on a lava section so we know where we can pull a bunch of lava from. So yeah, if and when we need this later, we have the ability to grab a bunch of lava to jumpstart our little lava farms. That'll be fun. Be nice to have. Alright, and we're gonna go ahead and continue our strip mining out this way. So we got a pretty nice orderly structure to all this, which has made it a lot easier to track where things are going, which I very much appreciate. So we'll start there, and we'll start there. And we'll stick with our Silk Touch pickaxe in case we run into some gold like this. I guess we could also switch to our Fortune one there. We are going to need more quartz in the future for observers, so it's good to try and get a hold of this. We also need to make sure that we keep that sealed off and make everything kind of pretty over here. And you know, every so often just put a torch down just that way we can see a little bit better. And we'll just kind of tear through in a straight line here. Hey, ancient debris. Alright, that is 1 out of 8. Let's see if we can get lucky and get any more. Not by the looks of it, this looks like it's a bit of a dead zone, so we'll take what we got. This one feels like this is more of a dead end here. And you can tell it is based on how it lines up with the other bit as well, so... Alright, we got some more gold ore. I guess we can take that with us. We're doing very well on the gold front, you know, we got 2 stacks and change of like gold blocks, and we haven't even had to make a gold farm for it or anything. We just I've been able to go around and collect that much, which is always nice, but, you know, we could always use some more. Mainly for villager stuff, or at some point I'll probably have golden apples as like a secondary food source. You know, golden carrots will be my main one, and then I'll have like a stack of golden apples just to munch on as I need to. Just that way we can kind of do some things that we probably couldn't otherwise, you know? Kind of ignore some of that quartz, we don't really need to worry too much about it. Cool thing with how I strip mine like this, since I don't really go for too much in like these bits, if I ever need more nether quartz, we've already got overabundance to pull from, which is always nice. But we are looking for ancient debris, not nether quartz. We'll go ahead and cut that out. And seal that off. Looks like that burnt one of my torches out, or maybe I never put one there to begin with. Who's to say? I'll leave that there, that's fine. We're getting pretty close to the edge here. And we did all that mining for one piece of ancient debris, huh? That's certainly what it looks like. Dang, that's a bit of a shame. Oh well. Go ahead and make our run back real quick. And once we're out of here, we will go ahead and put down our shulker box and go put away some of this netherrack. Although I guess we could just trash a lot of this netherrack. We don't really need it, frankly. We've got too much at our base already, and it's not particularly good block, so I'll keep that though. There we go. And we'll load back up on torches there. There we go. Alright, Basalt Delta, it's a dead zone, so it's not worth exploring. I'm not even gonna bother with that. Yeah, I'm feeling like that's gonna be a reoccurring problem. Ah, that's why. Yeah, this is gonna be a while, ain't it? I guess we could disable hitboxes for a bit. We don't really need them on. Oh yeah, the new Pokemon DLC is coming out here in the next couple days, so I'm probably going to get back into streaming that for probably another couple weeks or so. Oh, Morning Should Be perfect. But yeah, with the Mega Dimensions DLC coming out, I think on the 10th, I still have to actually do the ZA Royale, like the Infinite one, and I also need to actually go get some other bits and pieces there, and I think I need like 6 more Pokemon for the Pokedex, so I have to work on that too. You know, I'll get there when I get there. That brings us up to 2 bits of debris out of 8, so we are making some progress. But yeah, Pokemon DLC is going to be pretty fun to go through, especially since you can go over at level 100, so even with our team of like high level 90s, it's not going to actually be super duper easy, so that'll be pretty cool. Alright, let's start with that, and let's start with that. There we go. That's not very nice. That's not good either. Oh, not my problem right now, I guess. Okay. That was weird. I'll keep the gravel though. I know you can get a lot of gravel like doing anything anywhere else, but like I kind of want to keep the gravel because I'm gonna want it for concrete at some point, I'm sure. So it's good to have. There we go. Got another little chunk of nether quartz there. And we got another bit here we could go mine. There we go. I think we're gonna need to dip into one of our shulker boxes here. And we'll go ahead and just dump all that away. And we'll keep mining this out. And we'll throw out a little bit more here. There we go. Yeah, I'm not gonna go much farther there. can already tell you that. I'll leave that to rot. There we go. And we still only have 2 pieces of ancient debris. And again, we need 8 today. So, quarter of the way there. But yeah, this certainly does take quite a while, don't it? Fortunately, there ain't really much of a way to speed this up either. It just kind of is what it is, so... That was a good try, but no, that ain't happening. Hey, ancient debris. Darn, nothing else. Well, we keep finding a bunch of 1 patches, which gets a little disappointing, but we are at least making some kind of progress towards this. It's always nice. Only need 5 more now. Or at least 1 more, just that way we can make 1 single ingot, you know? But preferably 5 more. Alright, we kind of hit a bit of a blackstone patch here, which... that slows things down a little bit too much, but that's fine. It's already 12:40, so it's already been 45 minutes since we started all this here today. We got a ways to go here on this layer. I guess we got some more nether gold. We can go ahead and just snatch that. Here we go. And we'll toss some of this netherrack on our way out too. In that quartz. There we go. not very nice. That is unfortunately as far as that goes. We'll walk it off. There we go. Yep, we should still have our catch there. That'll keep us safe, and that's unfortunately as far as we go. No ancient debris on this side either. Oh well. We still got plenty of time to go get more, I just don't want to spend forever doing this, you know? And our Silk Touch pick is starting to take a little bit of damage here. Hey, that is really mean. Him again? Ooh, that's less good. Yeah, we'll split it to there. Ooh, ancient debris. Alright, well that puts us at 4 at least. But we're not gonna find an extra bit at all, are we? We keep just finding them in little batches of 1, man. It is just really unfortunate. Yeah, no, that was it. Damn. That's not nice at all. Well, we got enough for another ingot at least, so that's cool, I guess. What are we doing on gold? Oh. We got a full stack of nether gold and didn't even realize it. That's good to know. Yeah, we're gonna switch to our fortune pickaxe to finish out this whole set of layers. And once we're done with this layer and the other one on the opposite side, then... Ooh, see, that's better. See, once we're done with both of these layers, then we will probably head back to base and go get our tools all fixed up, and then continue work on everything else. We'll use the silverfish slime farm to get some XP, and then that'll get us some more slime, so... Can't go wrong with having more slime blocks, you know? But we only need 2 more pieces of ancient debris in order to complete the 8-block quota we're looking to fill today. So that shouldn't be too hard to do, hopefully. Unless we're in a major dead zone from here on out, which I highly doubt. And we've had some bad luck, but it hasn't been, like, that awful, you know? Like that, so... Alright, let's see if this will be it. Yay, it was. And it was a nice solid vein, so we got 9 out of that. So we've actually overpassed our quota. But like I said, we're gonna mine out till we finish the other one, so even though we do have our quota, I'm not quite gonna call it there for the netherite mining. Even if the world wants me to, because they keep trying to fucking dump a bunch of lava on me. Alright, we can't pick any of that up right now. Let's toss some of that out. There we go. That wasn't very nice. That was a good try though, but that ain't gonna happen. Alright, there we go, and we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of littering here as well, just to make sure we can get this all out of the way. Like so. We'll pick up some more netherrack on our way back, so... Little much though, but that's alright. Alright, and then this is the last side we gotta mine out here for today. Still haven't passed the hour mark quite yet, surprisingly. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're coming up on it, but... still haven't hit it yet. Alright, if we're lucky, we'll get 3 more bits of ancient debris to round out another ingot. Or at least that's what the dream is. Alright, that's as far as we go there, because now we're in Basalt Delta territory. Oof, this is just sketchy as shit. Okay. This side it is. Just to make sure we can mine all this out, I guess, before we eventually can't. Yep, that was weird. There we go, we'll go out to there. There we go. And we'll do it out till this way. And even if we could just snag one extra little bit, that'll make next time easier, so... And if not, that's fine too. We did hit our quota after all, so I'll take that. Yep, no dice it looks like. Bit of a shame, but hey, what can you do? Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and throw out all of this extra netherrack, because we don't really care about any of that at all. Oop, I want that back. Alright, let's try that again. Here we go, and we'll throw that out. And we'll go ahead and head on back to base from here. And I wouldn't have tried it personally, but hey, you know. Alright, this will be a quick climb back on up. And then, well, quick enough. Yeah, we'll do a quick climb back up, and from here we really should be able to just go dump all this into a furnace, let it go cook, and then we will craft them into netherite ingots when we are able to, so that'll be cool. We really need something faster than this though, I will say. I know I've talked about it in the past, but having a minecart elevator would be pretty nice, but you know, it takes time to make, so we'll wait and see on that front. Well, anyways, let's just go ahead and head back to our base here real quick. Go get this dropped off and go do some basic organizing. And we'll take those back with us. There we go. And we'll tuck that away, I'll tuck that away, and I'll go ahead and just like we'll mine this out real quick. There we go. And with some of our coal here, yeah, we'll just dump that in there. There we go, so that'll do its thing. And in the meantime, we will go ahead and sort away our gravel, which we have done. And our nether quartz, which we'll go ahead and put into here. And there we go. Nice and simple. We'll let this do its thing for now. We'll go ahead and make an ingot. And let's see, we can upgrade two things. So I think I'm gonna upgrade my axes. Alright, shovel and my axe. And then we'll have to do the hoe at some point. You know, funny enough, I could have sworn I had made a silk touch hoe at some point. Oh, I did. I just never ended up moving it over to here. That's why. I have to say, these are all my extra shitty diamond pickaxes that I've just been holding on to. They're all just kind of there. Well, there we go. We got that. Put that up, and that, and that. And we'll let the others cook up over time, so that should be okay. And I'll bring this with me. There we go. Oh, we've almost got enough for another ingot there. Cool to know. Oh, either way. There we go. Pull netherite on that side. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and run the slime farm for some XP and some more slime balls. Because we can. I guess we'll do a quick check on the iron farm to see how that's going. Just while we're waiting around here. We got a little bit extra, but nothing too much. Makes enough sense since we haven't really been here in a little bit. Oh, that's right. I actually want to do something a little different here first. So we're actually going to install the sugarcane section of the bamboo farm first. So let's go ahead and go get a little bit of sugarcane. Should be nearby. Here we go. Yeah, we don't need that much, but, you know, it does help. We'll do like 6 stacks. I think that'll be plenty. And we'll just stretch that out to there. Alright, and then we just need to go get some slabs. Probably about 3 to 4 stacks of slabs, since we only need to install 4 lines. There we go. Perfect. And all we need to do, really, is just know which 2 to mine out. Which could be a little tricky, so we'll have to do just a little bit of counting here. Shouldn't be anything too difficult, just something we gotta get done, you know. But we'll go ahead and pop on up into here. Keep letting these do their thing. And let's think, where do we want to put this? So from our center point here, I guess we could just base it off of our center point. So we're just going to do something like this. It'll also get us a little bit of bamboo. And on this side, we'll go ahead and install another set of slabs. There we go. Now that fills us up on inventory here for a little bit, but again, we are gonna actually do something about that here in a moment. There we go. Let's go ahead and try and tuck away the rest of that for right now. Take that back with us, and yeah. We also should go get some honeycomb so we can go work on making sure that guy doesn't get frozen out, because he has definitely been working a little bit too hard for a little too long. Especially since he ain't waxed. Okay, so this got us some extra bamboo. And by some, I mean good Lord Almighty. We got a fucking crazy amount out of that. Wow. Okay. we'll put like another one there, and we'll actually kind of move some of this around a little bit, like so. Now we got to cut this section down. Alright, we'll go ahead and reclaim all of this bamboo here real quick. There we go. And we'll go do this last one here. There we go. We don't gotta pick up every single little piece, like we can leave some of it to despawn, but it is good to just get what you can, you know? Don't want to be too wasteful. But with that, we have cleaned this whole thing out. And from here, we want to go ahead this is going to be really annoying, ain't it? Okay. From here, we're going to have to make an infinite water source. It's not cool. Nor what I intended. Oh, just get the mud. Annoyingly enough, I don't seem to want to waterlog properly, which means we would have to place this all in by hand. Oh man, which I can do, but that's kind of lame. Well, just remember, we only have to do something like this once. Then we don't have to do it again. There we go. Maybe it's because there's no solid blocks underneath them, and they think they're trying to flow down, but they can't. Maybe we'll give that a try. Let's go ahead and block that off. Take this mud back with us. And we'll just try and slip in some solid blocks under these slabs here real quick. I'm gonna assume it's just because there's something down there. Alright, let's give this a try. I think it was on this side I had placed it down. Yeah, how strange is that? Just had to have a solid block under it. There we go. And we'll do it again on this side. There we go. Alright, so that'll get all that in place. And then we just need to take some sugarcane here and pop on up into the farm and just go place it in. And there we go. So that'll get us all of our sugarcane for this half of the farm. And then we just have to go ahead and do the same thing on the other farm. Right over there. Should be easy enough. Seems like we got some spiders just out and about down there. They're trying their best to hold on, but they can't stay here forever. Alright. Wow, it's a really fucking inconvenient way for that to grow. That's also block dependent too. So there's no amount of funny business that I could implement that would ever fix that, fortunately. There we go. And yeah, we just need to go ahead and layer in our slabs here real quick. I wonder if I can make that. Oh, I can. Sweet. Did not think that was gonna work. And then I guess I should have taken them out earlier, but that's alright. There we go. And we'll go ahead and get all this cut out. All right, there we go. There we go. And we just have one more little batch to clear out. That's not cool. I guess we can tuck it into here for right now. We'll keep a couple shulker boxes of these on hand. Alright, so that's got all the bamboo cleaned up, and now all we really need to do is hop on down below and put in the mud blocks. So that way we can put in the water, and we'll be good. Oh, well, we also have this bamboo here too, I guess. Which we'll go ahead and pick this up while we're down here first. And now we can go ahead and place in our mud blocks to put in our water. There we go. We'll take this one just back with us, because I would rather just have like a quick and easy way to get into here. Like a single one isn't going to crater my efficiency, you know. I can afford to have one of them missing. Like how you can see the water transition from that lighter blue to this nice darker blue. It's pretty cool. It shows that we're changing biomes, you know? There we go. That gets all that done. And with this sugar cane, should be able to plant a bunch of this in place and complete this farm as well. There we go. Alright, there we go. That gets that fully in place, and now we can try and get out of here. Which it'll be to our left here once we pass this part. And we can go ahead and just cut through here, and there we go. Alright, so we've got the sugarcane installed on both of them. We just need to go ahead and carve out the excess mud, take that back with us. There we go. So just to keep this in mind, that little bit of bamboo that we mined to set up the sugarcane farm filled up like 3 shulker boxes, like 3, almost 4 shulker boxes. And we did that for 2 of them, so each one did 2 shulker boxes by itself, basically, which is already pretty fucking nuts, first of all. And, yeah. We're not going to run out of bamboo ever, and we're actually going to have a fucking massive amount of stuff, so that'll be cool. Let's see where our bamboo box is. Yeah, so, like, we'll take whatever's in our potion of healing box and dump it into the appropriate bamboo one here, but we're gonna have to leave, like, the bottom row just for, like, shulker boxes of bamboo, because we already have that much that we have to start dealing in whole shulker boxes now. So that's cool. That's a full shulker box. I can go in there. That's a full shulker box. That can go back in there. And this one is a full shulker box. That can go in there. And that gets us all of our shulker boxes of bamboo. So that's neat. And a little concerning, but it's neither here nor there. Alright. Got our wood boxes as well, that's all good. And realistically, we just need to go dump these mud and slabs away. And also go pick up some of our minerals that we've had cooking up in here. There we go, got some extra gold. We'll take some of that. And we should add that mud section here. And we'll put those extras away. There we go. Could get some more gold. There we go. Alright, cool. So now with that done, we really just need to get the hoppers in place and have it go into some kind of bulk storage, which is going to take a while. is we not only need the wood, which we are working on, we also need the iron, which is a little tougher to get a hold of. So, yeah, we'll work on that the best we can. And like we still got a skeleton that's alive down here. Oh, and a witch. Rude. I'm wondering, that witch must have spawned on one of our lower levels and then been able to live. Quite a lot of things that ended up living in there. Still doing okay here. Again, man, these... Oh, and we're full up on bones. Alright, fuck it. We're gonna man overboard some of these arrows here for simplicity's sake. We'll go ahead and load in whatever we can into our base where we already have like the allocated arrow slots, but I'm not gonna make more space for arrows, you know, like whatever's here is whatever's here, and then we're gonna throw the rest of it overboard. We can always get more later. I mean, we're already working on that now, and they're not really like that useful, so we don't really need too many of them here. Same idea with the rotten flesh. We'll go ahead and move over whatever we can, but otherwise the rest of it is going overboard. These are only nice for like feeding dogs and shit. I guess they're good for trading with like the clerics too, but like not really. That's not the same thing, I feel. You can't get that many emeralds out of them before burning through a whole bunch, so... And otherwise they are pretty worthless, so we can just go ahead and get rid of all of that. There we go. And we'll just let them start building up everything else. Their bones are starting to go into the overflow piles, which is good. I'll go ahead and see how they're doing in here. Some of our newer constructions. You can see they're over half full there, so... Wow. And we got quite a lot of witch drops again there, with the redstone and the glowstone, especially the redstone. So just from letting this run, we almost have enough redstone just from witches dying to make like a stack of redstone blocks. So it's not the best redstone farm in the world, but the fact that it is farming any amount of redstone, and we even just got some more in there, is frankly a miracle in and of itself. So that's pretty cool. I like that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and just keep letting them do their thing. You can see down in our base from here, that's always still cool to see. Got some more redstone. And yeah, we'll pop up into our bed to go sleep for a little bit. I actually have no fucking idea what that sound was. That was weird. I have never heard that before. That was so fucking weird, man. Well, anyways, it's all set up. Guess we could go get some extra glowstone from the nether to go seal that off. Oh. Yeah, we also need to get our inventory put back together here for a little bit if we want to go do that. And we'll take our coordinates book. And we got like a little bit of extra shulker shells to kind of help things get going, but it won't be a whole lot. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make a quick pit stop. We got some extra trees growing down here too, so we can go ahead and harvest those a little later, but we're just going to make a quick pit stop out to the nether here real quick. And it should be easy enough to go get a little bit more glowstone here. We also should have really put in an extra thing of stairs to get up here a little bit nicer, but that's fine. We'll worry about it another time. And I'm looking to get 3 stacks of glowstone. So not too much to get at all, but still not nothing, you know. We also should have plenty of durability here on our pickaxe to handle this, so rude. That was rude. Anyways. Luckily that didn't actually go worse. I'm trying to not get back for the music disc. There we go. Just so that way we can get it. I know that was a little rude. I know that was a little reckless, but... Alright. Also a bit of a dangerous place here, so we want to be a little mindful of some wither skeletons that are roaming out and around. I will kill him though while we're here, because I do want to try and get some more skulls. It always helps, you know? Oh shit, we actually got one doing that. Hey, what do you know? That was worth it. Ooh, this is a nice chunk. Mouse froze yet again. A little bit of a shame, but that's alright. Whoa, that's a massive one there. Well, we got about 2 stacks. We're getting closer. This still isn't enough, don't get me wrong, but this is actually putting us in range of what we're looking for. can tank this. Alright, I don't feel like this will be quite enough glowstone, so we'll go try and get just a little bit more from throughout the world. Shit. There we go. Bit of a bad landing first time around, but that's alright. We made it in the end, so... Alright. Almost 3 stacks, but not quite. Guess we'll see if we can get this real quick. Alright, let's go get a little bit more. We can land up there, we might be able to snag that, but... Oh, this is a nicer one. Or any of these, frankly. Shit. Alright, this one it is. I'm already over here. Alright, so we need to go towards -x, -z. And yeah, that should be enough glowstone for what we need to do here. And up and away we go. Already 1:30. There we go, back to our base. We'll go ahead and go up to our bed and go sleep real quick. Whoa, my game did not like that for some reason. Like at all. Alright, we need to also pop down and go get some honeycomb here. And we'll go sort some of this away while we're at it, but we really need to go get some honeycomb because we need to scrape and wax that golem And the copper bulbs that are there as well, so that way things look a little bit more even. So let's pop on over here, and sounds like there was a chicken jockey that managed to land. We're gonna put our wither skulls there. Keep the coal on us. There's a music disc. And we'll throw that out there, and within one of our farming ones, yeah, we got some honeycomb. So we only need 3 bits. We're also gonna go look for that chicken jockey here real quick. Now we got the music disc. That's cool. Wait, they snagged it before I could. That's not cool. Oh, they'll dump it away in there at some point. Yeah, they'll get it at some point. I think we'll disable the farms for a while to let them catch up as well. And so that way we don't have as much lag in our base for the moment. Yep, there's the disc again. Look at it go. Alright, we'll go get these trapdoors all flipped around. So that way the water portion will be sticking out. There we go. That'll get us another batch of shit to just flush on out of here. We had a lot of stuff there too, wow. Alright. Let's go ahead and pop on up here real quick. Bone blocks are doing okay. And so is our iron, that's alright too. And this is our good side. It was this side here that we're going to need to do a little bit of maintenance on. Shouldn't be nothing too hard. Scrape that. How do I want to get in here for this? Yeah, alright, that's on me. I guess I could just break a hole in the top and it'd probably be fine. Everybody, aren't you glad somebody's finally acknowledged you after all that time? Our lock still working? I guess I didn't think about that too hard when I was building this. I should have had the hopper stretch out a little bit more and then go down, because it's locking this hopper inadvertently, which is probably causing us to not get all of the bone blocks out as fast. I mean, they still do get outputted in the end, so it's not like it's too big of a deal, but now we've got weird stuff like that where somehow 6 poppies ended up finding their way in there, which was really weird. So we're sitting on a bunch of extra iron and poppies that could be bone blocks that we don't really need to. And that's one of the crafters that was used for the redstone comparator. And we got the other one there that we're working on. And yeah, okay. These guys are out doing their thing. We'll let them cook. It is still making stuff at the end of the day, so I mean, even though there's that excess that's kind of stuck in those hoppers, it's not a particularly big deal, because now that it's hit that point, it'll just keep going past the excess, so that's fine. I'll go ahead and pop on up to the top. Go place in all of this glowstone. We literally just need to make a ring going all around it. You can already see where we're going to put all this, so this will be super easy to do. And that took a stack just not to even be done with half of it, so yeah, it's a good thing we've got more than 3 stacks. So I don't think we even got done with half on the other side. And I mean, 2 stacks will do most of it. It'll just be 2 stacks and 6 to actually get all of it fully done. If we had to do it on both sides, which we don't need to, so we'll be okay. There we go. And the last little bit, yeah, so these are all fully done, except for the hopper bits, of course, which we are working on. It just takes a while, is all. And just out of curiosity, I wonder if the sugarcane has grown in yet or not. Let's take a peek and see. Yeah, I mean, we got some sugarcane. We got a little bit. That's cool. It's very cool. This counts as water flowing. Oh, it's because of the water flowing down below. No, I'm dumb, sorry. The water in the mob farms is flowing, so that's why it's all flowing. Okay, so from here, we get to figure out what we want to do for all of the storage. Because there's a couple of different ways we could go about this. We could basically have all of it consolidate from each side to like the center point, and then within like a center point, it then sorts the item based on whether it's bamboo or sugarcane, and then it'll split the bamboo from there into bamboo blocks, and then it'll allocate some of it to just regular bamboo. And then otherwise for the sugarcane, it just goes into a double chest somewhere else. I think that's probably what I'll probably do, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. But for the most part, yeah, it's just a massive, massive bit of hoppers that'll have to go into place. Which we can do, it's just going to take a while. But let's go ahead and pop down to our base for right now, and I guess we'll take the iron with us. We got another stack and a half there, and another set of bone blocks as well. That's good. How we doing on iron? We're getting there. We're about halfway to our goal, if I'm not mistaken. Since one chest of iron blocks is about 2 chests of iron ingots, which it's actually a little less than that, I think. I don't know, but I know I need like a full chest of iron blocks and a little bit of extra on top of that to have enough iron for all the hoppers we're going to need to make. So we're about halfway to our goal, which is very nice. There is unfortunately still more to get done. And we'll just slap in some glowstone there. And I guess we'll go ahead and sleep and go to the XP/slime farm for a little bit. Just that way we can get all those slime blocks built out. And so we can get some XP to actually fix our stuff. And this will give me another chance to flex the silverfish slime farm that I went ahead and built and see if this actually still works or not. I'm going to assume it does. I don't know why it would just magically break, but you never know. We also have another batch of trees we can go ahead and cut down too later on. And some more sugarcane we can go ahead and pilfer. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and wait for these guys to start taking damage. So I also want to flip that so that way they physically go down in their holding chamber. And it is just going to be a metric shit ton of silverfish dying for a little bit here. So I know that's going to be a little annoying, but it's important to do. We got about 1:30 until our potion is worn off. And we're just going to kind of chill here for a little while. We'll get our inventory all rearranged and ready to be used. The only thing with mending, we want to make sure that we have it in our inventory to go get all this fixed up when it's time. And really all we're trying to do is just get a bunch of silverfish here in this pit as they keep flowing out from the allay. So I guess we can just go ahead and wait up here. We also need to kind of redo some of these extra parts and install like a door there. And yeah, we're just going to sit here and wait for probably about 2 more minutes. And then once that's done, we'll let the rest of the silverfish flush out. And then we'll take our water back, and then that will allow the allay to stop hurting, so we have to listen to them. And yeah. So just a little bit of waiting. Yeah, 5 seconds there. So we probably got about another minute or so. We're waiting for those little infestation particles to wear off of them. That's our cue to take the water out. You can see how they got those gray particles coming out of them. So they're still infested for a little bit. And they are officially gone. So we're gonna wait for that guy to get on down out of here, like so. We'll trigger that. And this is where we go ahead and we splash an oozing potion. And we open that. Now we need to make a mad dash to the bottom here. You can see our medium slimes are pouring out in a shower. Also, we are going to have to turn down our render distance for this, because otherwise it is going to lag so hard we won't be able to swing in time. You can already see here that it is actually struggling to keep up a little bit. We are down to 5 frames per second. Alright, there we go. Alright, and while we're here, we're going to go ahead and put down 2 of our shulker boxes there, like so. And we're going to go ahead and pop into the farm. There we go. And we'll just keep collecting this XP to get all of our tools fixed up here. Silk Touch Pickaxe took quite a beating by the looks of it, but that's alright. I don't think this will fix all of them up to 100%, but this should get pretty close. And I mean, hey, this still does help quite a lot. Yep, so it did not quite do everything, but it did do a lot. Which, hey, we'll take. Alright, and we'll go ahead and start dumping away all of the different slime blocks. We've gone ahead and crafted up to this point. Take everything out of the hoppers that we can. There we go. And we'll just go ahead and craft these by hand into full blocks. Almost done. And there we go. That is everything. And again, for one oozing and one infestation potion, we got 8 1/3 stacks of slime blocks. So that is a pretty freaking sweet slime farm. Not to mention it's looting base too, which is why we end up getting so much. And that also means that we can still keep it as an XP farm while getting slime. I think it's less optimized for XP by doing it that way, but it still isn't bad. It's just less good, you know. And less good doesn't inherently mean bad, it just means, well, less good, you know. Nothing more to it. But either way, we will go ahead and cut down these trees here, I guess, while we're still down here. Now that we have all of our tools all fixed up. Let's go ahead and get our shulker boxes out around. Put those there. And we'll start with our spruce trees. After we cut down this tree, we'll sleep, so that way we can actually see what we're doing a little bit better. There we go, just that way we got that in place. There we go. Got 2 more trees to cut down here. I'm gonna try for the dark oak trees. I'm gonna try and cut them down from the bottom up this time. And then, like, I'll cut them so that way they're just floating, like, treetops. And then I'll go in with the hoe and, like, cut out all of the leaves. And then I can just cut the rest of it from there. We'll see if that makes things a little bit easier. Also good to have a different way of doing things every once in a while so things don't get too stale, you know? There we go. Got some more stuff. We'll loot up all these the best we can. We got that. Now we'll just kind of make a pass through all this here. We'll cut like 3 blocks up or something. Already been 2 hours, dang. I think we'll at least have all the chests done today. And then it's just a matter of letting the iron farm kind of do its thing and just waiting. Which, you know, that's always going to take time no matter what. Unfortunately, since I couldn't build like 4 iron farms, I could only build 3, or not only 3, only 2. And that kind of made things a little bit tougher, but we'll get it when we get it, you know. We're already halfway there on the iron front, more or less, and if I really need to, I can go out and get more, or go set up like a chunk loader by the villager-based iron farm, by the trading hall, and then have that kind of kick into overdrive as well, so that way I can get the iron from that too, and that'll help speed things along, but I'm not in a particularly big rush for it, you know. I'll get it when I get it as far as I'm concerned. For now, let's go ahead and dump all that away and pop on up here real quick. And we're just going to take a minute to shave all this apart best we can. And we'll go ahead and cut this top part out here too. And we'll go ahead and get the sugar cane out of the way too while we're here. There we go. That'll make life a little bit easier. And I mean, all we really gotta do now is just cut everything down. We are full up on space here. There we go. Alright, that should cover us on our wood, which is perfect. And we will go ahead and replant our saplings. And then we'll go make a bunch of chests and go see what we can put into place. So yeah, we'll try and do what we can. Here we go. There we go. Alright, so that should get me enough wood to make all the hoppers that I need. Well, to make all the chests to make all the hoppers that I need. I still need to get all the iron, which, yeah, that's gonna take some time. Alright, and over here we should have one of our wood boxes. We do. Let's just do enough to make sure that we can fill all of those up as best we can. There we go. The rest of the wood will be mine for hopper use. We'll try and go through the spruce wood first before we start touching any of the other fancier wood. And then we'll go through dark oak next. There we go. The hell I'm doing, sorry. There we go. And we'll tuck those away in there. Okay, we have a shulker box of spruce logs and a mixed shulker box of dark oak and pale oak logs. which again should be plenty of wood for what we're trying to do here. Not to mention all of our slime blocks here. We can go ahead and take out, along with our slime balls. We'll stick the slime balls there. And yeah, cool. Put some extra sticks back. Okay, that will get me all of the chests. And we are still working on the iron. That's gonna be a while. We got another stack of iron blocks, more or less. So we are still getting there, still making some good progress. Of course, we still got our bamboo farm there. Oh, well, hey, it looks like this did drain properly at some point. So that could have just been a backup on... Seems like it's just a backup on another side over here that's causing some weirdo bits. I think this is the one I had to wax as well. Yeah, see, this is the other weirdo one. So there's a good chance that I, like, had misplaced something that shouldn't have gone somewhere. Just out of curiosity, did I do that thing with the hoppers I had mentioned where I had it go over, like, a block first before it hit the torch? No. It goes chest, block, comparator, hopper, block, block, hopper, torch, block. Let's go see if that holds true over here. So it is chest, block, comparator, hopper, block, block, hopper, torch, block. Yep. That's all the same. Really odd. Well. Might as well go ahead and run that through. Well, it seems like it made it through well enough. See our crafter still crafting. Crafting up all that excess iron as we get it. I'm gonna assume this isn't the backlogged one, and that's why it's not spitting anything out right now. Well, either way, let's go ahead and do inventory on our iron, which we are going the wrong way for. We'll go check on our iron pile and see how that's doing. And then I think I'll call it there because it's been 2.5 hours and like we got a pretty good amount of shit done, so I don't really feel a need to do a whole lot more right now. Yeah, we need another 12.5 stacks of iron blocks and then, you know, and change. But we've got all the wood ready. It's just a matter of getting the iron. And on paper, with this much iron, we should at least be able to finish like one whole like bamboo farm. So we could at least get all that put into place. I'll just need to plan out how I want to actually handle the item filtering and all that kind of good stuff, but once we get that done, I mean, that'll be pretty much fine, so Yeah, we'll go ahead and set our spawn point and call it there on day 455. So thank you all for watching, and I hope to see y'all again next time. Bye bye.